What if we divorced our spouses and got together?
We just have to play this right.
Tuesday, it's a night of bombshell revelations.
Whoever was in that hospital was not your son.
This is crazy.
That will have the whole world wondering
Where's your lover boy, huh? I thought he was coming to save you.
who's really in charge.
I'm the only one keeping you alive.
It's just you and Mina.
Animals will eat their young to survive.
I think we made a mistake.
I'm not taking any chances.
What the hell is going on?
Tyler Perry's The Oval, all new Tuesday.
All right, Oval fans, we saw the preview for next week's episode, Season 4, Episode 4, entitled Wicked. Richard springs Sam from the hospital as they attempt to do damage control. Jason attempts to put a plan into motion, but David shuts it down before it begins. So let's talk about that first. I guess David is the name of the guard that's watching Jason at the cabin they're at. And Jason goes, "Where am I right now?" "You're in DC." "How did I get here?" "So it's just you and me now." Because as soon as Jason said that, I'm like, I know this little lunatic isn't trying to like take out this guard who's holding a freaking gun and, escape from the cabin, because of the fact that why is he planning to escape when in episode 2, right, when he regained consciousness, he seemed pretty excited, like, oh wow, you got me out of the hospital and you're keeping me alive to bring down my parents, I'm all in. So now you got him thinking of a way to escape, which is I don't know, it's just one of those things where I hope he stays put. But then again, I want to jump to, oh yeah, also if you're like, Jeremy, why are you doing the David Harrington voice? You haven't done it in a while. Yeah, because I haven't talked about the haves and have-nots in a while, and also this is the first time, and I don't know when, where we had a Tyler Perry character named David, so I can't use it all the time, but I will use it when I can. So yeah, Jason is just like, in a position where if he stays put, things could work out, but given how this show always works, he's probably going to try to escape and leave in some dumb attempt. All right. So, picking up where we left off, Eli and Victoria, Eli's like, how long do we have to keep this up? And I'm thinking to myself, so is he asking how long he needs to keep it up? Or is he talking about this charade that he and Victoria have with their spouses? And Victoria goes, what would it look like if we divorced our spouses and got together? And I believe Eli's like, we just have to play this right. So, I wonder if, he and Victoria are just playing the long game here. No pun intended. But we do know that Max is seen coming into Eli's office, I believe at his house, because I don't think Max, under any circumstances, is going to the White House unless it's like, he, Bobby, and the full vice president, motorcade is there and security is there. And Eli's like, I think I made a mistake. I'm thinking he's saying this to kind of cover up, like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have went to the White House last night. So remember, Max is already suspicious of Eli, given the fact that before he even mentioned, hey, Eli, Bobby said go to the White House. That way some of the security at Donald's place will decrease. But Eli said that before Max even did. It's kind of like, in Sisters when Calvin confronted Q about setting up Maurice. But then Q was like, I had nothing to do with putting Maurice in jail. How did you know Maurice was in jail? See what I mean? Like, you pretty much incriminated himself. He pretty much incriminated himself. And speaking of which, so Bobby apparently didn't make his move because it's the next morning, and Donald, dressed for work, coffee mug and everything, he's taunting Lily. He's like, oh, what happened to your lover boy? I thought he was going to spring you out of here. So, he also says in another scene, I'm not taking any chances. So he's probably talking to Lily being restrained, like, not letting her loose under any circumstance. So from there, we are at the White House and the doctor is getting a new one ripped from Hunter. Your wife had him cremated. Hunter's like, how can someone's child be cremated without consent from both parents? That's a very valid question. I have no idea. But then he also goes on to say, whoever was in that hospital was not your son. So does that mean, okay, does it click to Hunter that, wait a minute, Jason could still be alive right now? Where is he? But we do know that Kyle is speaking to that same agent that was speaking to Alonzo in this week's episode about his, secret mission with Hunter. And Kyle's like, have you seen Sam? And the guy's like, we can track him. And then Kyle's like, this can't be on assist or something. So I couldn't really make out what he said, but I'm just going to assume that he's like, look, this can't be on the books. Okay. So they're going to be on the lookout for Sam. And then Kyle, of course, is going to be at work. So I wonder if he's going to, confront Donald or something. I want to be very interested in that. Also, where the hell is Grip? Is he still driving around in that van or something? I don't know what's going on with that. All right. So speaking of looking for Sam, we see a non-speaking scene of, Richard coming to the room, Priscilla waking up, and it looks like Richard is helping Sam out of his hospital bed. He's struggling. So Sam is still alive, despite what that nurse may or may not have put in his IV last night. And Priscilla's looking a bit stunned. I don't know why, because, Sam is struggling to get up, or I almost had my husband killed because I told that nurse to put the IV in him. I don't know. But to round things out, you got Victoria talking to Hunter about animals will eat their young in order to survive. Yet again, giving her reasoning for Jason's death was for our greater good. And then, of course, the final scene to talk about is Simone, my boo, talking to Sharon. The president was really after you. He's out of control. We're going to get them. Well, lo and behold, your husband's sleeping with the first lady, so I don't know. Well, like I said, maybe he's a double agent, but I could be wrong. So let me know your thoughts about Wicked in the comment section below. As always, thanks for the support on the channel. I do appreciate it here. So follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And hit the bell icon and select all. That way you're up to date whenever I post content on the channel.